Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, as well as do share this video to your friends who are preparing for CAT, ZAT, and MAT, SNAP. So guys, we have found a pattern that almost 55% of the people have not subscribed to the channel. So please subscribe karo so that you will get the daily updates from Route 99. So today's video is one of the important video for you where we are going to discuss about the impact topics to score 99 percentile. Guys, imagine two CAT aspirants. First student who studies 8 to 10 hours daily. He solves every topic that is available on internet and he still struggles. And there is another candidate who studies fewer topics but he focuses on right topics and he is able to score 99 percentile. The difference between both these candidates is not hard work. The difference is knowing where to invest your time. Today, we are exactly 6 months away from CAT 2026, and in this video I'll show you high impact topics and the topics which are repeatedly coming in CAT. Section wise we'll do the discussion. Post that I'll tell you some strategies, common traps and action plan for you for the upcoming 6 months. So let's get started guys. Now it is very important that before we discuss the topic you should know the reality. Many students think CAT is all about memorizing formulas, vocabulary, and shortcuts. But CAT is not a memory test, right? Think about learning to ride a bicycle. You can read 10 books about cycling, but until unless you ride, you're not gonna get that balance. So CAT is also going to work in the same way. The exam checks whether you can apply the logic, you can identify the pattern, and can you make smart decision under pressure. The real game is you have to select right questions, you have to avoid traps, and manage the time effectively. The top scorers in CAT don't solve every question. They simply avoid mistakes better than others. So keep this mindset throughout the preparation and you should have a strong mindset if you are preparing for CAT. Now VRC weightage breakdown. So let's start with VRC. Imagine you are entering into a cricket match and you are spending all your time to practice on field while batting is going to decide the game or the result. So that is exactly what is going to happen when students ignore reading cooperation, guys. RC contributes almost 65 to 75% of the CAT section, and the remaining part marks are going to come from para assembly, para jumbles, odd man out, or para insertion. Many students think that they need to solve all four RC packages, but that's not the reality. Even if you solve 2 to 2.5 RCs accurately, it will help you out to have a strong position when it comes to CAT exam. So your focus should be on accuracy, not the quantity. Try to give as many marks as possible when it comes to CAT, and those who are engineers, guys, you need to buckle it up when it comes to VRC because you are going to face issues just to understand the pattern into the exam. Next thing is let's talk about RC package passages that you most likely to see. The common areas are philosophy, sociology, psychology, behavioral science, economics, tech, AI, environmental, literature, culture. So these are the areas where you should focus a lot. Students are getting panicked because they don't understand every line. But I'll tell you one secret, guys. Don't read for details. Read for structure. Ask yourself, why is this paragraph here? How it is connected to previous paragraph? What is the author trying to prove? See, you have to think like watching a movie, guys. You don't remember every dialogue, but you remember the story. So, similarly, you have to understand the flow of the passage rather than memorizing details and always eliminate the wrong options. So, whenever you are appearing for CAT, whenever you are going to write that exam or any mock test, always try to skip data evidences. Focus on what comes before and after. You have to understand the role of each and every person, what this paragraph is saying, the person is saying, how does the flow is connected, and then the most important thing is what author is saying, his tone, his intent, what is the central thesis of the paragraph. So try to focus on all these things, guys. Now let me tell you some VRC traps that you should definitely avoid. क्या होता है? A student normally spends 30 minutes on one difficult RC because they think that I have already spent so much time, now I must solve it. That decision while writing the cat destroys entire section, guys. So you have to avoid some trap. First thing is you have to look for correct options, right? If there are some false claims which are made there, you can definitely ignore it. Second thing is read all the options which are present there. Suppose that whenever the tone that is given there, always look for the words like always, never, 100%, absolutely. These are always traps when it comes to CAS exam. Suppose that the unsupported extrapolation. Many times what happens that there are some data that is given there, but many times the passage, the data is not going to answer the question. So you have to find the trap. You have to understand the logic behind it. Suppose that guys, you need to understand the importance of timing. You should give at least 5 to 10 minutes to write a or read a passage. You should not spend more than 10 minutes instead of solving the passage. And again, थोड़ा आपको extra time देना है, you can spend 2 to 3 minutes more than that. Now let's focus on DLR. This is going to be an interesting topic for non-engineers because many students are not able to solve one set. This is where CAT can completely surprise you guys. DLR is not about solving, it's about selecting. Imagine there are 4 treasure boxes and only 2 contain gold boxes. Would you randomly open all the 4 boxes? Right? No, you're not gonna open. So you would first identify the most promising boxes. That's how the DLR works. Tables and graphs usually have highest weightage, almost 30 to 40% of the weight. So you should solve as many graphs as possible. Then the second part, which is arrangement and scheduling. So you should learn circular arrangement, linear arrangement, try to solve as many questions as possible. एक चीज आपको बताऊंगा कि आपको लास्ट के 5 to 7 years के क्वेश्चन पेपर सॉल्व करने हैं which have been asked into the CAT exam. Then the weightage goes to 20 to 25% when it comes to hybrid puzzles. Again, they are unpredictable. So if you are going to solve it, your intuition has to be strong. Suppose that 10 to 15% of weightage goes to games and tournament. Here you should have a strong accuracy game. आपकी accuracy क्या है, आपका logic क्या है, how you can understand the problem, how you can break down the problem, that matters a lot. So remember one thing, guys. Two correctly solved sets can take you almost 95 percentile into DLR. You just have to solve 2 correct sets, almost 8 to 9 questions. Now let's discuss about some strategies. The first 5 minutes are very crucial and critical when it comes to DLR. So try to read all the sets. Do not start solving immediately. Take your time, rank the sets from easiest to hardest, then spend 2 to 3 minutes to identify the set within the clearest entry point. Then finally commit to the set. Now the biggest trap here is every set looks familiar to you. You think that I have seen something similar set in my past exam. You spend 5 to 10 minutes and then you realize that this is something different for me. So guys, remember one thing. अगर set दिया है, if you are able to identify the pattern, solve it as soon as possible. Otherwise, keep it. Right? So what I'll suggest you is set ढूंढो सबसे पहले, easiest to hard. Find out what are the constraints, what are the conditions, what are the easiest things that are there. 8 से 15 मिनट स्पेंड करो, राइट, एंड देन ट्राई टू गेट डीप डाइव इनटू इट. कुछ ट्रैप्स है जो अवॉइड करने, विच इज जो आपने सेट सॉल्व किए बट इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू फाइंड पैटर्न फॉर 10 to 12 मिनट्स, छोड़ दो, नेक्स्ट सेट की तरफ जाओ. सेकंड थिंग इज, अगर आपको लगता है कि यार you are solving a set, you might get the answer, but sometimes ऐसे होता है कि you are solving a set, you are getting deep down into it, but you are not finding the clue. उसी time आप leave कर दो, right? And if you are not able to find the clue as well as trap or the logical understanding within 4 minutes, छोड़ दो, pivot करो, and let's get into next set. That is very important, guys. I'll tell you some pillars for you, right? So let's talk about quant. So an important news for you guys. Nearly 75% of CAT quant comes from just two areas, arithmetic and algebra. So you have to solve as many questions as possible as well as past previous year papers. 3/4 of the section comes from the limited number of topics. जैसे अरिथमेटिक की बात करें तो परसेंटेज, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, रेशियो, प्रोपोर्शन, टाइम एंड वर्क, टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस. अलजेब्रा की बात करें तो लिनियर क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन, देन क्वाड्रेटिक्स, पॉलिनोमियल, लॉग्स एंड प्रोग्रेशन, फंक्शन एंड ग्राफ, इन पे फोकस करो. ठीक है. अगर बात करें परसेंटेज, almost 3 to 4 questions are coming into the CAT exam. Ratio and proportion, 2 to 3 questions. Time, speed, distance, and time and work, 2 to 4 questions are coming to the picture, right? Algebra में linear equation की बात करें तो the probability of asking the questions by the CAT conveyor is almost high. But when it comes to function and logarithm, at least एक question तो आता ही है. So if your basics into these topics are strong, you can immediately become competitive. That is what a smart preparation beats a random preparation. Now let's discuss about some remaining areas. Geometry contributes around 10 to 20% of it. Number system becomes unpredictable. Modern math looks like a surprising element for students. So what separates toppers, I would say 99 percentile, is not the knowledge, it's the skill. आपकी स्किल बहुत मैटर करती है. द टॉप स्कोरर्स डू फोर थिंग्स वेल. फर्स्ट थिंग इज दे कन्वर्ट वैल्यूज इनटू रेशियोज. सेकंड थिंग, दे एस्टिमेट इंस्टेड ऑफ कैलकुलेटिंग एवरीथिंग. आपको एस्टिमेशन आना चाहिए. थर्ड थिंग इज दे विजुअलाइज द प्रॉब्लम्स मेंटली. एंड फोर्थ थिंग इज दे मेंटेन एन एरर लॉग. So every mistake becomes a lesson when it comes to CAT exam. प्रॉब्लम हियर इज, जो एवरेज स्टूडेंट होते हैं वो ज्यादा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने में फोकस करते हैं, बट टॉपर क्या करते हैं, जो मिस्टेक्स उन्होंने की है दे ट्राई टू लर्न फ्रॉम इट, राइट? अगर ज्योमेट्री की बात करें तो गाइस फोकस करो ट्रायंगल, पोज दैट, सर्कल्स, मेंसुरेशन, कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री. उसके बाद नंबर सिस्टम की बात करें तो रिमाइंडर, डिविजिबिलिटी, फैक्टर्स, लास्ट डिजिट पे फोकस करो. एंड मॉडर्न मैथ पे फोकस करते हो तो पीएनसी, प्रोबेबिलिटी, सेट थ्योरी, वेन डायग्राम, ट्राई टू फोकस अ लॉट ऑन इट. इट विल गिव यू लॉट ऑफ लेवरेज. अभी जब टॉपर्स की बात करते हैं, दे फोकस ऑन whatever problem that is given there. They try to solve the problem into small parts. If the outliers are there, they find out the outliers and they skip it, right? Suppose that, guys, आपके दिमाग में sketch चलनी चाहिए whenever the problem is given to you, right? आप हर note, whatever that is given there in the problem statement, notebook पे मेंशन करो. मिस्टेक से लर्न करना सीखो. इवन द मॉक्स, यू हैव टू लर्न फ्रॉम द मॉक्स एंड एक अच्छे अप्रोच यूज करना सीखो. इवन द प्रॉब्लम इज गिवन देयर, ट्राई टू हैव 3 4 5 अप्रोचेस. Now let's discuss about mock analysis, right? This is where a lot of students are doing mistakes. So guys, I have seen most students give mocks, but very few students analyze the mock properly. So every mock के बाद divide the question into 4 buckets. Bucket 1, correct and easy questions. Bucket 2, wrong and easy questions. Bucket 3, correct and hard question. Bucket 4, wrong and hard questions. तो important part ये आता है कि bucket B is your gold mine. Almost आप 70 से 90 percentile तक boost कर सकते हो, ठीक है? So guys, these are easy questions, but you should know whether this set of questions have you solved it or not, right? Sometimes क्या होता है, you made a mistake when it comes to calculation. Some student misread a condition. Some student choose a wrong set. But it is very important that अगर आप bucket B को solve कर पाओगे, if you understand the bucket B, then you'll be able to boost your percentile. So your biggest growth when it comes to CAT exam as well as quant as well as DLR is try to solve the questions, try to break down the questions, and try to see what are the mistakes that you did in the last mock, and you are not going to do the mistakes, right? Avoid karo mistakes ko. Now let's apply 80-20 principle, which is Pareto principle, right? So 20% of the top topics contribute to nearly 70% of CAT. VRC की बात करें तो RC, para summary, odd man out. So these are the topics which you should focus for DLR: arrangement, table, graphs, games. For quant, master arithmetic, algebra, then option estimation, elimination. Many students try to cover everything, right? That is the mistake that you guys are doing. You have to focus on the high impact areas. Once they have become strong, try to move to the secondary topics, and then focus on smart preparation, right? तो आप VRC के लिए एन हिंदू वायर एनवाईटी पे फोकस करो, DLR के लिए प्रैक्टिस अनस्ट्रक्चर रॉ पजल्स, क्वांट के लिए कॉन्सेप्ट अच्छे करो, देन चीट शीट पे फोकस करो. So I'll tell you one 6 month plan. सो दिस इज द रोड मैप फॉर यू गाइस. जून में आप फाउंडेशन बिल्ड करो. आप जो हाईएस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी वाले टॉपिक्स है, ट्राई टू फिनिश इट अप. ट्राई टू फिनिश अरिथमेटिक अलजेब्रा. व्हेन इट कम्स टू जून, try to have and try to take topic tests. So you have to complete the topic test for each and every area, and then you have to focus on DLR puzzles. August, try to write as many mocks as possible. Start sectional wise mock test, then practice the sets and build the error log. September, October में you should focus on full length mocks as well as analysis. So you have to analyze them deeply, guys. जो मैंने buckets previous slide में बताए थे, आप उन buckets के अनुसार try to focus it out. And November is time where you have to focus on revision, speed drills and exam simulation. तो आपको error logs पे revise करना है. So guys, try to write the mocks according to real life time, right? तो एक चीज मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि concepts are your foundation, topic tests are your walls, sectional tests are your structure, and mocks are the final finish. So don't jump on the roof before building the foundation. आपको step by step practice करनी है. Things will be very easy for you. So remember guys, 3 lessons. Number 1, focus on high impact topics. Number 2, set selection is very important for every question. Number 3, fix your bucket B if you wanted to solve the fastest questions and if you wanted to score high percentile. And I feel 5 to 6 months are enough to score 99 percentile if you focus on right things consistently. So if you feel that this video has helped you out, don't forget to like, share, subscribe this video. हमारी मॉक टेस्ट स्टार्ट हो रही है 28 ऑफ दिस मंथ. आप एनरोल कर सकते हो. दिस आर फ्री मॉक टेस्ट फॉर यू. ऑल इंडिया मॉक टेस्ट आर देयर एंड देयर इज अ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप व्हिच इज प्रेजेंट देयर. आप लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन एंड कमेंट बॉक्स में देख सकते हो. यू कैन जॉइन अस and do connect me on LinkedIn. All the best to you guys.